Today is July 7th, 2025. Maybe you're planning a summer getaway, or perhaps you've already locked in your dream vacation rental months in advance. For millions of travelers, booking an Airbnb has become second nature, a go-to move for finding unique stays, local experiences, and often a better deal than a traditional hotel. The process feels simple and secure. Scroll, book, and look forward to your trip. But beneath the surface, a new risk is emerging that could upend your plans with little warning. Around the world, governments are cracking down on short-term rentals. Cities from New York to Barcelona are passing strict new laws, targeting platforms like Airbnb and the hosts who use them. The apartment you reserved months ago could suddenly be declared illegal, cancelled by law, not by your host. Even if you've paid in full and received confirmation, your booking can vanish overnight. This is happening right now, disrupting thousands of holidays and leaving travelers stranded, sometimes with nowhere to go and little recourse for a refund or alternative. The conflict is bigger than just bookings. It's a battle between the booming digital rental market and long-standing housing and tourism rules. Cities argue that short-term rentals drive up housing costs, reduce available homes for locals, and change the character of neighborhoods. In response, city councils and local governments are taking bold action, sometimes overnight. Protests, heated debates, and new regulations are becoming the norm in many popular destinations. These aren't minor tweaks. Entire swathes of listings can disappear in a single day, leaving travelers confused and scrambling for last-minute alternatives. Imagine getting an email just days before your trip. Your accommodation is gone, and you're left to figure out what to do next, often in a city where hotels are already fully booked. The hosts are often blindsided too, losing income instantly, and sometimes facing hefty fines or legal trouble. Many hosts rely on this income, and sudden cancellations can be devastating. Navigating this new landscape means rethinking how you book and protect your travel plans. It's more important than ever to check local laws, read the fine print, and have a backup plan. The convenience of Airbnb comes with hidden vulnerabilities. What once felt like a safe bet now carries real risks for both guests and hosts. In this video, we'll show you where crackdowns are happening, what your rights are as a traveler, and the steps you can take to protect yourself from last-minute surprises. The rules are changing fast. Being informed and prepared is your best defense against a ruined trip. The crackdown on short-term rentals is accelerating worldwide, reshaping the way people travel and where they can stay. What was once a booming industry, offering travelers unique homes and apartments in the heart of cities, is now facing unprecedented scrutiny from governments across the globe. In June 2025, Spain made headlines by forcing Airbnb to remove a staggering 65,000 listings, leaving thousands of travelers scrambling for alternatives at peak season prices. The sudden removal of so many options not only disrupted vacation plans but also sent shockwaves through the travel industry, highlighting just how quickly regulations can change the landscape. Italy and Greece have followed suit, imposing strict registration requirements and capping the number of days properties can be rented out. These new laws are designed to reclaim housing for locals, regulate the flood of tourists, and address the growing concerns about over-tourism and rising rents in popular destinations. These moves are direct responses to mounting public pressure over housing shortages, community disruption, and the changing character of neighborhoods. Residents in many cities have voiced frustration as long-term housing becomes scarce and prices soar, blaming short-term rentals for much of the problem. The trend isn't limited to Europe. Thailand has issued stern warnings to foreigners, making it clear that renting out apartments short-term can be illegal. Both property owners and guests now face hefty fines or even legal action if caught breaking the rules, adding a new layer of risk for international travelers. What's legal in one country may be strictly banned in another, and ignorance of the law is no excuse. Travelers can no longer assume that booking a short-term rental is a safe or simple option, as regulations vary widely and are changing rapidly. Cities from Paris to Bangkok are now actively enforcing tough penalties for non-compliance, with authorities conducting inspections, issuing fines, and even shutting down illegal rentals. The days of lax enforcement and legal loopholes are quickly disappearing. For travelers, this means the risk of last-minute cancellations due to regulatory crackdowns is higher than ever. Imagine arriving in a new city only to find your booking cancelled or your accommodation closed by authorities, an increasingly common scenario. It's no longer enough to find a great listing with good reviews and a central location. Now, you must also consider whether the property is operating legally and if the host has complied with all local regulations. The era of the legal grey area is ending, replaced by a new reality where both hosts and guests must navigate a complex web of rules and enforcement. So before you book your next stay, take the time to research local laws and understand the risks. In today's travel landscape, knowing the rules isn't just smart, it's essential. If your Airbnb is cancelled, especially due to a government crackdown, what happens next? Airbnb's rebooking and refund policy promises to help. They'll try to find you a similar place for the same dates and price. But during mass delistings, comparable options may be scarce or much more expensive. If no suitable replacement is found, you'll get a full refund for your accommodation. This policy only covers the cost of your stay, not your flights or other expenses. Contact Airbnb support immediately and document all communications. The process can be stressful, and the refund only addresses your lodging, not the broader disruption. Understanding these limits is crucial for travelers. When you receive a refund from Airbnb, it's important to understand what that actually means for your trip. The refund only covers your accommodation, not the rest of your travel plans or expenses. Many travelers are surprised to learn that the safety net Airbnb provides is much smaller than they expected. Flights, car rentals, train tickets, and prepaid tours are all separate from your Airbnb booking. Even if your accommodation falls through at the last minute, you're still responsible for these costs. If you've already paid for these services, you may not be able to get your money back, and you could be left scrambling to rearrange your plans. Finding a new place to stay on short notice can be stressful and expensive. During busy travel seasons or popular events, hotel prices can skyrocket, and availability can disappear in an instant. You might end up paying double or even triple what you originally budgeted just to secure a last-minute room. The refund you get from Airbnb may only cover a small portion of your new expenses. The difference between what you receive and what you have to pay out of pocket can be significant, especially if you're forced to book at premium rates. Airbnb's responsibility ends with your booking. Once they process your refund, you're on your own for the rest of your travel arrangements. There's no compensation for the inconvenience, stress, or extra costs you might face. Many travelers assume that if their Airbnb is cancelled, they'll be made whole, but that's not the case. The reality is, you could be left with a major gap in your travel plans and finances. If you've prepaid for multiple parts of your trip, like tours, activities, or transportation, the financial gap can be even more painful. These costs add up quickly, and most are non-refundable. Relying solely on Airbnb's policy is a gamble. You're taking a risk with your entire trip, not just your accommodation. To truly protect your holiday investment, you need a broader strategy. Consider travel insurance that covers cancellations or flexible booking options for flights and activities. Planning ahead can save you from unexpected losses. Don't overlook these gaps, anticipate them, and have a backup plan in place. Make sure you know what's covered and what isn't before you book. The real cost of a cancelled Airbnb can be much higher than you expect, especially when you add up all the extra expenses and lost bookings. Protect yourself beyond just the accommodation refund. Plan for the unexpected and make sure your entire trip is covered. Many travelers buy standard travel insurance thinking it covers all trip disruptions, but most policies exclude cancellations caused by new government laws, like a sudden Airbnb ban. Insurance companies see legal changes as unforeseeable, so they're not covered. If your trip is cancelled due to a crackdown, you can't claim non-refundable flights or tours. Always read the fine print. Most policies only cover specific listed reasons. Standard insurance is essential for illness or emergencies, but it won't protect you from shifting regulations. For maximum protection, consider cancel for any reason, CFR, insurance. CFR lets you cancel your trip for any reason, including a government crackdown, and recoup 50-75% of your non-refundable costs. It's an add-on to standard insurance and costs more, but it covers scenarios regular policies don't. You must buy CFR soon after your first trip payment and insure the full trip cost. Claims usually require cancelling at least 48 hours before departure. While not a full refund, CFR turns a total loss into a manageable setback. For expensive or complex trips, the extra cost can be worth the peace of mind. CFR closes the gap left by standard insurance. Package holidays, where flights and accommodation are booked together, offer strong legal protection. In the UK and EU, regulations require travel companies to fix problems or refund your entire trip if accommodation falls through. If your hotel or rental is cancelled, the provider must find you a suitable alternative or refund both lodging and flights. ATOL and similar schemes protect your money if the travel company goes bust. This shifts risk from you to the provider, offering peace of mind that DIY bookings can match. Package holidays may seem less flexible, but they guarantee service and security. For destinations with regulatory uncertainty, booking through a reputable agent is a smart move. In today's unpredictable travel world, traditional packages offer modern protection. Flexibility is your best defense in uncertain times. Instead of chasing the lowest price, pay a bit more for refundable or changeable bookings. Flexible flights and hotels let you adapt if your plans are disrupted, often with minimal penalty. Many airlines and hotels now offer flexible rates. The extra cost is like self-insurance. For car rentals and tours, choose options with lenient cancellation policies. Building flexibility into every part of your trip makes your plans more resilient. The cheapest option isn't always the best value if it risks a total loss. Spend a little more for control and peace of mind. In a world where certainty is rare, flexibility is your travel superpower. Travel is changing fast, and government crackdowns on rentals are here to stay. Do your homework. Research local laws before booking. Know that Airbnb's refund only covers accommodation, and standard insurance won't protect against legal changes. Consider CFR insurance or package holidays for stronger protection. Prioritize flexibility in all your bookings. Preparation is key. Don't let your holiday be derailed by forces beyond your control. The dream trip is still possible, but it takes more than a few clicks. Stay informed, plan ahead, and travel with confidence.